Somewhere in ancient China, a small fox begins to frolic and play with a tiny frog near a cliff. Unfortunately, the fox slips and nearly tumbles to the bottom. However, a boy arrives just in time to assist in lifting it back up. As the boy attempts to rescue the fox, he accidentally slips, which nearly causes him to fall to the bottom instead. Seeing this, the fox tries to use his claws to lift the boy, but one of his claws injures the boy's hand, which leads to the boy losing his grip and falling to the bottom. The fox quickly goes down to see the boy, but he finds that the boy is dead. As the fox observes this scene, it is overcome with a sense of sorrow, and a single tear escapes, gently falling onto the boy's injured hand. 500 years later, within the fox demon tribe, young fox spirits find themselves invited to partake in a solemn ceremony that holds significance. Among the young fox spirits, Bai, who is a half-breed of humans and foxes, finds himself prohibited by his mentor from attending the event, as he is regarded as the weakest individual in the tribe. Very soon, as the event unfolds, the chief of the tribe, who is a 9-tailed fox demon, appears and, in a clever disguise as an elderly man, welcomes everyone to the ceremony. Meanwhile, Bai quietly slips in, carefully watching the events unfold from a distance. The chief calls his disciples to the stage, who once ventured into the human world in search of something known as the elixir of the soul. This object enhances the power of the fox, depending on the color of the obtained elixir. Among all the disciples, a woman received a red elixir, whereas the others received the black elixirs. The woman asserts that she had pretended to be the wife of a human and acted as if she were seriously ill, which led her husband to offer his elixir of the soul to preserve her life. The chief explains that her husband, in a moment of profound sacrifice, willingly offered his soul, which subsequently transformed into the red elixir. Due to the power of the elixir, the woman immediately transforms into a 5-tailed fox demon, while those who received the black elixirs become nothings. The chief then summons a new generation of young fox spirits to take the stage and assigns them the important responsibility of continuing the search for the elixir in the human world. He asserts that the young fox spirits possess a chance to acquire a white elixir, which has the potential to transform them into a 9-tailed fox demon, or elevate their status to that of a Kurama. The young foxes then begin to place their palms next to the magic stove, which enables it to create a clue symbol of humans that can be provided to them with the elixir. Suddenly, the magic stove slows down to function, while the chief discovers that one of the young foxes is absent. Out of nowhere, Bai makes his entrance, declaring that he is a young fox who has yet to take part. He requests permission to join, and the chief grants it, even though Bai is the weakest individual in the tribe. Bai then positions his palm close to the enchanted stove, and in an instant, the stove eagerly draws in his hand. While he retracts his hand from the stove, he notices that he has the same symbol as everyone else, and this realization fills him with immense joy. However, as the mentor checks it, he finds that it is nothing more than an unfinished symbol adorned with a pair of elongated ears, which prompts laughter and ridicule from everyone present at the ceremony. After the event, Bai meets with the chief, who expresses concerns about his safety in the quest for the elixir in the human world. The chief promptly hands Bai a magic knife for his protection, and this gesture fills Bai with excitement, so he embraces the old man in gratitude. Bai then attempts to leave, and he confesses to having taken a communication device referred to as Wuxi from the chief. Subsequently, he departs from the tribe. The mentor soon encounters the chief, revealing the bodies of young foxes that perished while seeking the elixir in the human world. After observing the situation, the chief directs the mentor to discreetly safeguard Bai, thereby guaranteeing his security while he travels into the human world. A few days later, Bai arrives at a village, and he pauses to enjoy chicken at a restaurant, savoring the moment as he takes in his surroundings. Meanwhile, a destitute scholar named Wang arrives in the village with a donkey, and he inquires of the villagers if they have spotted his brother, who is the man in the painting. Upon arriving at a restaurant to meet Bai, he inquires whether Bai has seen his brother depicted in the painting. However, Bai is preoccupied with savoring his meal, and he finds himself without the opportunity to reply. Once Wang departs, Wuxi cautions Bai that the individual he seeks might be present in the village. After he hears this, he quickly rushes out of the restaurant, while simultaneously handing the shop owner a golden bone. He subsequently takes part in a ceremony during which a demon hunter uses demon blood to cure a boy who is gravely ill. The demon hunter, having captured the demons and placed them in the paintings, now uses their blood to heal the boy. Seeing this, Bai attempts to exit the location immediately as he fears being apprehended in the same manner as the others. As he departs, he unexpectedly encounters Wang, which startles his donkey, causing the animal to flee in haste. Seeing this, Wang tries to pursue the donkey. However, the donkey bolts ahead and collides with Bai, which leads to Bai unintentionally finding himself on its back as it races through the village, causing a scene of disorder. While Wang chases the animal, the demon hunter quietly casts a protective spell behind him, ensuring that he remains safe from any lurking dangers. Very soon, the donkey hurriedly enters the forest, and it is at that moment that Bai is dropped off at that particular spot. After the animal leaves, Wang arrives and, upon noticing that the donkey is missing, attempts to demand it from Bai. Bai quickly asserts that he has no idea where the donkey has gone, but Wang persists in demanding the donkey, which prompts them to dash through the forest. As they wander deeper into the forest, they quickly come to the unsettling conclusion that they are lost, which leads Bai to accuse Wang of possessing a stubbornness akin to that of a donkey. As Bai utters these words, he is instantly reminded of his target, who is marked by a pair of long ears, which leads him to realize that Wang is indeed the one who holds the elixir he is searching for. Very soon, Bai discovers that Wang is a scholar who is traveling to the capital for the civil service exam, which prompts Bai to pretend to be a scholar as well. He requests that Wang join him on his journey to the capital, but Wang continues to feel troubled by the loss of his donkey. Wang confirms that the donkey does not belong to him, but rather to his brother, who is the man depicted in the painting he is searching for. After hearing this, Bai makes a promise to help find the donkeys, and he suggests that they can travel to the capital together. That night, while Wang sleeps, Bai plans to kill him in order to acquire the elixir. Suddenly, the mentor appears, revealing to Bai that he is present to secretly protect him, which is in accordance with the chief's orders. The mentor now advises that Bai should refrain from killing the target to obtain the elixir. Instead, he should create a perilous situation, instill despair, and then compel them to willingly surrender their souls. Upon hearing this, Bai requests the mentor to disguise himself as Wang's donkey, which would enable him to be nearer to Wang and enhance the target's trustworthiness. The next morning, Wang wakes up and finds his donkey in the barn, thinking that Bai has managed to find it. He is thrilled, and he allows Bai to join him on his journey to the capital, where they will explore new opportunities together. After traveling for a considerable duration, they ultimately arrive at a quaint village enveloped in dense fog. They choose to spend a night at a guest house in the village, and they find themselves taken aback when the innkeeper unexpectedly materializes right behind them. As they enter the guest house, they discover that hundreds of scholars, including themselves, are heading to the capital to take the exam, and this realization adds to their excitement and anticipation for the upcoming challenge. During the night, a frog demon approaches Wang, who, despite the creature producing a gold nugget from its rear, decides to walk away, as he is not driven by greed. Shortly thereafter, he comes across the innkeeper in the hallway, who seems to be anticipating the arrival of another person. It becomes evident that the innkeeper is, in fact, a frog demon. The demon uses his enormous tongue to pull his body into the water, which causes him to surface in the realm of imagination. Wang, while exploring the area, discovers the scholar's body, which is coated in frog demon saliva, leaving him both shocked and intrigued by the bizarre scene before him. As the frog demon emerges from behind him, it attempts to swallow him whole, creating a tense moment filled with danger. Luckily, Bai, who suddenly appears, attempts to rescue him from the danger that looms around them. He seizes the frog monster's tongue around the pillars of the hall, while the frog monster attempts to exert force to pull the tongue, which results in the entire hall's collapse. While Bai and Wang strive to escape danger, the frog monster utilizes the lifeless scholars as puppets to chase after them. The two friends manage to escape for a while, and they eventually reach the exit, but they discover that the frog monster is waiting for them there. The frog demon declares his intent to devour Wang, while simultaneously instructing Bai to depart. Upon hearing this, Bai declares that he will not abandon his friend, and this declaration prompts the furious frog monster to swallow him without hesitation. Upon witnessing this, Wang is filled with terror, prompting him to scream, flee, and try to find a way out. As he leaves, it becomes clear that the frog monster, who is actually Bai's friend, is responsible for ensuring Bai's safety. Bai and the frog monster have devised a plan to persuade Wang that he is indebted to them for his life, which will lead him to willingly surrender his soul. Unexpectedly, Wang runs back quickly holding a torch while carrying a large number of bombs. As the frog monster reverts to its original form, it swallows Bai into its stomach again, mirroring the actions it had taken before. Wang steps on the tongue of the frog monster and demands it spit Bai out, otherwise he will ignite a torch filled with bombs to blow it up. Upon hearing this, the frog monster attempts to use its air force to extinguish the fire. Instead, it unfortunately inhales both the bomb and the torch into its abdomen simultaneously. As a result, Bai detonates, and the bomb's blast erupts from the frog monster's mouth, which causes the frog monster to faint suddenly. Wang observes Bai, and he notices that his friend is turning into a fox demon slowly. Suddenly, the mentor emerges and attacks, which causes Wang to lose consciousness. Afterward, the mentor takes everyone to the boat while simultaneously holding Bai and the frog monster accountable for devising such a wild plan. The mentor explains that if Bai proceeds with this course of action, he will find himself unable to discern the color of the elixir that Wang possesses within his body, even in the event that he succeeds. The mentor suggests that Bai should take the target to the capital promptly, which would provide him with the opportunity to assist Bai in observing the color of the elixir inside Wang's body. While talking, Wang suddenly awakens, which prompts everyone to jump into the river to avoid raising suspicion. Wang then walks steadily, and he eventually comes across Bai, who is waiting for him at the front of the boat. Bai assures him that he is not a wicked demon, but instead he is here to express his gratitude, as Wang saved him in his previous life. Upon hearing this, Wang experiences a sense of relief, and he proceeds to apply herbal medicine to Bai's head injury. Wang is filled with joy as he hears the tale of the demon's gratitude to its rescuer, and now this experience unfolds for him, bringing him happiness. Later, they journey by boat to the capital for an exam. It becomes evident that Bai and Wang are developing a closer bond. Moreover, Bai introduces Wuxi to him, which prompts a look of surprise on his face. Throughout the journey, Wang expresses his admiration for Bai's existence as a fox demon, while he shows indifference to the fame and reputation that come with being a human official. Bai asserts that, despite being a demon, he is also preparing for the same exam as Wang. However, he does not mention his exam for taking the human soul. After several days of travel, the two finally arrive in the capital, where they hope to find the answers they seek and meet the people who can help them on their journey. As there are numerous brothels, the excitement to enter the city is palpable. As they walk for a while, the two come across a boy who tells Wang that someone is waiting for him, which makes him think that it might be the big brother he has been looking for. They follow the boy. They eventually arrive at an unexpected location, which turns out to be a popular brothel in the area. As they enter, a maid guides Wang into a room while Bai encounters the mentor disguised as a prostitute. The mentor elucidates that a female ghost who functions as a prostitute possesses the ability to aid him in discerning the quality of the elixir residing within Wang's body. Very soon, Wang is led into a room where he meets a woman named Yinglian, who is a female ghost. Her beauty captivates Wang instantly, and it gives him the impression that she is a fairy. After a moment, he prepares to kiss her. However, he halts himself just in time by delivering a slap to his own face. While he tries to leave the room, Yinglian unexpectedly places her hand on his back, which causes the protection spell cast by the demon hunter to push her away. What is even worse, every time he attempts to escape from her, he always turns his back, which results in the protection spell relentlessly attacking her. After a while, she begins to cry, which leads him to believe that his indifference to her has caused her embarrassment. Wang confidently claims that, should he succeed in passing the exam to become an officer, he will help free her from the brothel and then marry her. After hearing this, Yinglian seems intrigued by him and they engage in conversation, but eventually, Wang falls asleep. Very soon, Bai approaches Yinglian to ask about the color of Wang's elixir, but she responds that she is unaware, since she has not had the chance to be close to Wang. Bai then takes a seat to engage in conversation with Wuxi, who suggests that if Wang is not his intended target, they can both be confident in their potential to become good friends. At the same time, the mentor seizes a lotus that holds Yinglian's soul, intending to inflict torment upon her due to her failure to find the color of the elixir. The following day, Bai and Wang make their way to the examination center, where they ask the candidates about Wang's big brother. However, no one possesses any information about him. Feeling hopeless, Wang expresses his concerns about the exam, noting that although many candidates are participating, only one will ultimately succeed. Upon hearing this, Bai comforts him, assuring them that they will reach their goal, which in turn makes them feel better. Wang also conveys his confidence in not only passing the exams but also in his aspiration to see Bai become a good fox demon. The following day, the exam commences and all the candidates have been present at the exam center since the early hours of the morning. Bai pretends to be an exam candidate, allowing him to accompany Wang to the examination center. While they wait, Bai also notices the spirit of a man entering the exam room. Later, while everyone is taking the exam, Bai enjoys the food that he has brought into the room. The exam persists until midnight, and at that moment, a man proclaims that there is a ghost present in the exam room. After hearing this, not everyone believed him, which ultimately resulted in his removal from the examination room. Shortly thereafter, Yinglian makes her entrance and extracts Bai's soul from his physical form. She asserts that a ghost in the exam room is drawing Wang's soul from his body, which presents a perfect chance for Bai to eliminate Wang and obtain the elixir. In exchange, she asks Bai to help her in obtaining the lotus that holds her soul from being with the mentor. After she speaks, she leaves the room. Meanwhile, as Wang's soul seeks to discover himself in the exam room, he soon encounters his big brother, whom he has been searching for all along. It turns out that the ghost in the examination room is his big brother, and the man promptly attempts to attack Wang. Luckily, Bai quickly makes his way there and offers his help to save his friend. Shortly thereafter, the big brother employs the domain to ensnare Wang and Bai in another realm. Wang finds himself drawn into a black hole, whereas Wuxi urges Bai to depart and take the elixir from Wang's physical body. Despite the instructions, Bai chooses to leap into the black hole in pursuit of Wang. Soon, the big brother begins to destroy Wang's soul within the black hole, and Bai discovers that hundreds of ghosts surround him. Wuxi quickly resolves to devote all her energy to helping Wang's brother recover his memory, as she hopes to bring him back to his former kind-hearted, ghostly self. It reveals that Wang's brother had aspirations of becoming an officer. However, he faced repeated failures in the exam. Moreover, he became seriously ill, and in the end, he succumbed to his condition in the examination room. After the brother recalls his past, which leads Wuxi to break into tiny fragments. The soul of Wang's brother is gradually diminishing, and he warns Wang to be cautious of Bai, who desires nothing but his soul. Very soon, the souls of Wang and Bai find their way back to their real bodies, reuniting in the human realm. In a restaurant, they engage in conversation, while Wang conveys his heartfelt gratitude to Bai for having saved his life. He promptly declares his desire to aid Bai in acquiring his elixir. However, he first plans to assist Yinglian in her escape from the brothel. Upon hearing this, Bai reveals the truth to him, stating that Yinglian is, in fact, a ghost. She was an orphan, having been kidnapped by gangs and subsequently sold to brothels. Nevertheless, she decided to take her life by leaping into the river, thereby preserving her soul in the lotus. Furthermore, her overwhelming rage compelled her to maintain her beauty by consuming the blood of men. To escape the brothel, she needs to experience genuine love from a man who truly cares for her. Upon realizing this, Wang puts on the groom's attire, and he brings a wedding gift to get married. Yinglian proclaims herself a ghost, but Wang insists that he will not adhere to any of these matters, despite her claims. He asserts that he has no intention of saving the world, but he sincerely wishes to protect his loved ones. Upon hearing this, Yinglian feels a surge of ecstasy and excitement, and then she decides to escape from the brothel alongside him. Afterward, on the bridge, the two come across Bai, who tries to stop Wang from living with the ghost. Upon hearing this, Yinglian assumes that Bai has the intention to kill Wang, believing it to be a means to capture Wang's elixir. She suddenly launches numerous sticks to attack Bai. Wang pleads with her, urging her not to harm his friend. Just as she prepares to kill Bai, the frog demon unexpectedly materializes behind her and plunges a magic knife into her back. As Wang witnesses this, he becomes convinced that it is all part of Bai's scheme, which prompts him to take Yinglian away from the scene. Upon arriving at the riverbank, the two find themselves confronted with Yinglian's sudden revelation that she is dying. Wang truly desires to rescue her, but Yinglian recognizes that he has already achieved this through his genuine love for her. After she speaks, her soul disintegrates into dust, while Wang endures excruciating pain. Bai suddenly arrives and offers his condolences to him, but Wang responds with a declaration of his true feelings, stating that he genuinely hates Bai. He insists from the outset that Bai should murder him rather than allow him to become a fool in this scam. Upon hearing this, Bai asserts that he should not pursue the elixir in the human world and he should not deceive Wang, but his friendship with him remains genuine. Bai declares his intention to pay for everything this time and then, in a moment of despair, attempts to take his life with the magic knife. However, unexpectedly, something draws him back to the Fox tribe. He suddenly observes the chief, while the demon hunter closely monitors everything that happened to him during the mission. The chief asserts that 500 years ago a boy had rescued Bai, who was an ordinary fox, while Bai, in turn, endeavored to save the boy but was unsuccessful in his attempt. Nevertheless, Bai's tears accidentally tumbled onto the boy's injury, transforming into a white elixir for him, and it reveals that the boy is indeed Wang. The chief asserts that it is Bai's destiny and therefore he must resolve everything by himself. Upon realizing this, he quickly departs from the tribe and he begins his search for Wang. Meanwhile, Wang searches for Bai's location, intending to apologize after he realizes the misunderstanding of their friendship. While wandering through the bamboo forest, he comes across Bai and he takes the opportunity to express his sincere apologies for his previous lack of faith in their genuine friendship. He recognizes that Bai has made considerable sacrifices for his rescue, so Wang is now prepared to make sacrifices of his own to help him back. Wang subsequently employs a knife to inflict a fatal wound upon himself while simultaneously presenting the elixir to Bai, which results in Wang's immediate demise. Out of nowhere, a second Bai emerges, which uncovers the fact that the mentor who permitted Wang's suicide has pretended to be the first Bai. The mentor reveals that he is convinced Wang has the white elixir. However, the truth reveals that it is only black, which signifies that his earlier attempts have been in vain. Upon hearing this, Bai becomes extremely angry, and although he attempts to attack the mentor, he appears to lack sufficient energy. Moreover, the mentor holds a profound disdain for him, asserting that they have deemed Bai worthless since his birth. Upon hearing this, Bai's anger intensifies, which enables him to seize the moment and deliver a powerful blow to the mentor. However, the circumstances change dramatically as the mentor morphs into a six-tailed fox monster, launching a counterattack against him. Bai sustains severe injuries after battling for a while, and subsequently, the mentor pierces him with his tail. As Bai approaches the end of his life, he reflects on the enjoyable moments he shared with Wang while his fingers touch against the black elixir. Suddenly, the black elixir transforms into white, and it triggers a tremendous aerial explosion that penetrates Bai's body. He suddenly transforms into the nine-tailed fox demon, recognized as the Kurama, while simultaneously launching an attack on his mentor. Furthermore, in the midst of the battle, he detaches one of the mentor's tails, thereby reducing the total to 5 tails. Bai, then consumed by anger, almost unleashes his energy to incinerate the mentor. However, he swiftly remembers Wang's words regarding his wish to witness Bai's transformation into a good fox demon. As a result, Bai releases the mentor, and in doing so, he undergoes a transformation into a true nine-tailed fox demon. The following day, Wang comes back to life, but he finds that all memories of his past with Bai have slipped away from him completely. Upon his return to his hometown, his grandmother asks him about the trip he took for his exams. However, he responds that he genuinely does not remember what happened. A few days later, he enters the forest to search for herbs, and while he is there, he comes across a wounded fox. It turns out the injured fox is Bai. After Wang's death, Bai, who was extremely upset, chose to exchange his immortality for Wang's life. As a result, Bai returned to his original form, and he suffered torment from heaven in exchange for Wang's revival. Later, although Wang does not remember his past, he decides to adopt Bai, and together they live in harmony. Meanwhile, the mentor is captured by the demon hunter. He becomes trapped in a painting, which occurs after the chief realizes that the young fox's death was the result of the mentor's actions. So, what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my video, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.